Hi guys, welcome.
Not you're annoying.
It's
Hi
your-
guys.
Look, you messing up the background noise, bro. It's your girl, Black Girl Minimalism. It's a sunny day. We had like rain, cloudiness. I'm enjoying the sun. Like, thank God for that. So today is, I almost said December. Today is October 16th. It's Thursday, a day before my favorite day, Friday. So we're closing out the week. Honestly, this week went by pretty fast in regards to, I just felt like it was just Sunday the other day, and then now it's the closing of the week going into the weekend. I'm having thoughts at the moment of things that I have to discuss with Aaron after this particular video that I didn't get a chance to quite yet. She'll see what I'm talking about. But I hope that you guys are having a great day. I'm wearing my little birthday jewelry and my little pearl. I wore this for my birthday. And I was thinking to myself, like, I need to buy myself a new pearl necklace or something. I've been feeling the pearl vibe. So the first thing that come up is the hangman. This has to do with sacrifice, waiting, uncertainty, lack of direction, perspective, contemplation. So I see this as being in between two choices at this time, or taking time to go over what choices that you do have. The tree is present in this particular photo, and then the person's upside down but wearing a crown. So your crown is still present, but maybe it has to do with like the lineage, ancestry. Like I see that in that form as well, because the tree is usually significant as it pertains to like ancestry, lineage, and just like roots as it pertains to family. So maybe something in regards to that you're pining over or just thinking over. The next thing that come up is loss, feeling abandonment, adversity, struggle, alienation, disgrace. So coming out of that place, I feel like maybe this could be the thoughts of maybe a place that you were at some point, or thinking over a place where you were in that feeling a loss or isolation, because that could be a reason for thought. A lot of times when we're sitting with ourselves, we look back at the past to kind of see what places like have gotten us to where we are at this moment. The next thing that come up has to do with Ace of Swords. So this has to do with clarity, breakthrough, new ideas, concentration, vision, force, focus, and truth. So if you're in a place where you're at the hangman, you face some level of loss, hardship, and then you come to a place of clarity. Clarity is usually sought after or reached when you come to a place of thinking over a particular topic, having silent time, finding place within yourself to come to a factor that gives you, and the mountains are there, like you reach the mountaintop, okay, as to what you've been looking over. The next thing that come up is the Nine of Cups. This is where I feel that you are at this moment, which has to do with wishes coming true, contentment, satisfaction, success, achievement, recognition, and pleasure. So I see this as like peaks and valleys, right? Peaks and valleys are necessary, but it's going to happen. So you're going to go through places where you're a little removed, or it might be silent, it might be isolating, and those times like are probably the best times that you reach to a place of growth in the journey that you take. And then at the end of it, you get to a point of this: wishes fulfilled, contentment, satisfaction, success, achievement, recognition, and pleasure. The next thing to come up, this also, I think I see this as energy together, is the King of Swords. So you got the Ace of Swords, you got the King of Swords as well. This has to do with having a reason. So I see that as voice of reason. I see that also authority, discipline, integrity, morality, seriousness, high standards, and strictness. So maybe the place that you're putting yourself in applying high standards and applying strictness, morality, and seriousness, taking things serious, you're reaching a place of the Nine of Cups. The next thing to come up is the Three of Pentacles. I love this card because I see this as designing the place that you're in. And this could be a physical place. This could be your atmosphere. Could be like the mental place that you're in. For a lot of reasons, this comes up. And, sorry, I'm seeing some notifications. Flower view. This has to do with like teamwork, shared goals, collaboration, working together, apprenticeship, effort, and pooling energy. But this is also present in your finance as well. So if you're collaborating in the efforts of building more finances. And the ways in which you're doing it, it's requiring a team. Because you have two individuals that are on the laptop, and I see this as a point of pacing or looking over reports in some sense, because one person is like kind of thinking, maybe kind of going over what they're reviewing, and then the other person has nose in the books, or the portrayal of nose in the books. And then you have one person in the back where they look like they're changing the paint color on the home. So maybe some revisions to the home or refreshers to the home as well, that will be leading to more finances. The next thing to come up is a Page of Pentacles. This has to do with ambition, diligent, goal-oriented. You're planning, consistent, star student, studious, grounded, loyal, faithful, and dependable. So you're in a place where you are dependable. This still has to do with your finances as well. She's in the landscape of Paris, Parisian landscape. So I see that as a place of love and a place of exploration as well, as it pertains to new environments, environments that are a little bit slower pace. When you think about what we do here, like we're always on the go, and the bread in the basket is prevalent, because when you think about the Parisian lifestyle, it's a little bit slower in how you get together, bless you, how you get together with your peers, how you get together with your family, and it's surrounded around food. So that could be present as far as like the planning that you see ahead, feeling grounded, because a lot of times when you feel grounded, you're either coming together with your friends, your family, whomever feels comfortable for you. And these other points are valid as well. Feeling loyal, faithful, and dependable. This could be how you feel or how other people view you as well, as a place of being dependable. The next thing to come up is the Eight of Wands. So this has to do with speedy movement. Things are coming in fast, sudden changes, excitement, things to look ahead for. So thus far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards thus far. Yeah, okay, 8 cards, and we're going to continue to pull what else comes up for us. Okay, so 8, 9, 10, 11, and we have one more card coming forward. So we have some place of feeling a breaking point, despair, nightmare. So maybe you're having trouble sleeping at this time. And then the time that's present on what looks to be the clock is 12:30. So maybe you're waking up at the hours of like 12:30, right when you're hitting, going to sleep. Like maybe you're at an hour into your sleep and you're getting up. So paying attention to maybe how you're getting ready for bed, or the time in which you're going to bed. Probably try to get to bed a little bit earlier, or break into a sense of like winding down before bed, so that you can kind of break that energy of feeling, any fear or anxiety. The next thing to come up is the Ace of Wands. This has to do with inspiration, creative spark, initiation, new passion, enthusiasm, and energy. I see this as a placement of new ideas, but also investing in an idea that is going to bring a sense of clarity, because you have that like light that's present behind the roses. So like it's going to bring a sense of clarity for what's coming in as far as new. The next thing to come up is the King of Pentacles. This has to do with abundance, placement of finances, prosperity, security, ambition, safety, kindness, patriarchy. This has to do with like being at the tipping point of your familial makeup. That's how I see it. Patriarchy, protectiveness, and provision, as it pertains to finances again. Okay. Okay, so more came out, and I'll stop it there. The next thing that come up is a Page of Swords. This has to do with being witty, chatty, communicative. Maybe you'll be speaking to certain individuals that will be a little bit, that will bring out a sense of alertness or being mentally agile. So being prepared for the communications that you having forward. And then the Four of Pentacles. This is still has to do with your finances, but maybe we see the bags that are present. So what you're investing in, like personal investments as it pertains to like tangible things. So possessiveness, insecurity, hoarding, stinginess, stability, savings, materialism, wealth, and frugality. So I see this as a balancing beam of seeing it as one end in a placement of hoarding and stinginess, holding on to something, and then in the other end you see savings, materialism, wealth, and frugality. So maybe what you have, it might be too much, so you're in a place to share with others, give to others, and giving back to the community as well. And then the next card that's facing up is the Judgment card. This has to do with self-evaluation, awakening, renewal, purpose, reflection, and reckoning. But the reflection that you're dealing with has to do with your angels that are present. They're bringing in a message for you that is going to make you feel a place of awakening. So I hope that you guys receive this message. I'll see you tomorrow. I love you so much. Bye.